Okay. Oh, Ellie. Leonard Horky Princey. Yes. All right. I had to find, yeah, I guess that, I don't know, the charger wasn't working for some reason. So, I found an extension cord, a USB charger, and a USB cord for this controller. So here we are. Back. Oh boy, I'm pretty orange. Do you not want to be orange? No, 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 I don't want to be orange. Oh my god, this color saturation stayed the proper amount. Oh my... my camera settings, they're the same as what they were before. That's really weird. Normally they always revert. Don't know why. It's the first time that's ever happened. That's messed up. Check it out, I just buzzed my hair. I think I totally screwed up this side. Okay, see that side? It's okay, kind of sloppy. Check it out, here comes this side. I think I really screwed up that side. Oh no. The thing with hair is like Once you cut it off, it's not coming back right away. You can't just put it back on. You know? Oh, boy. Okay, so this part I'm pretty interested in playing. She's gonna come have a talk with Owen. Her last talk with him ever. Oh, I went ham bone. I went full ham dinner for all the homeless and the orphans. There we go. Okay. The dark, stormy night. What an interesting looking character. What an interesting looking character. Big square jaw, kind of military haircut, square head, gigantic arms. Ah, it's just like, you burned off some of your hair? Holy moly. You burned that ham. I was thinking about it today, like, okay, so the argument is like, well, why do they have to look really good, you know? They can look like regular people. She's face scanned? Oh, boy. That's why it's such a unique look, because they're face scanned. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. Thinking like, when you think of, okay, you got the one spectrum where it's sort of anime waifus, ridiculous big boobs, and looking like little kittens with big eyes, and Belle Delphine. Why do I want to know her name? But anyway, for the argument. So that's kind of one spectrum of what it's looking like. And then you've kind of got her and being like a regular buff chick, and Melon, who's just like, there's, you know, she's a 5 or a 6. And so it's sort of the thing of like, well, how dare, I guess the one argument is like, well, how dare you judge them on how they look, right? Okay, all right. Then why bother having things like, why have a beautiful view with beautiful mountains and trees and the sunset being perfect? Why don't you just have it look, well, I guess like this, you know, like the rest of the world? Really crappy. Why have it look good at all? Why have anything look nice, you know? Nice, Felix boy, we'll put you to sleep. And it's, I guess that's kind of the argument of it. Like, when you think of really great actors, there's like great actors, but really they're people that are charismatic on camera, you know, that draw the person in. So, I guess they want to portray real life. It doesn't get more real life than a face scan. She's face scanned in, eh? I don't even want to type Last of Us into Google. 6 years. Thank you, Felix, for pointing that out. Wow, 6 years? Well, there you, I mean, that led to my point of, if you disagree with Neil Druckmann, for him to commit to something for 6 years, he has to enjoy it. He has to do something he's going to be passionate about. This is a story he wanted to tell that's so damn passionate. Okay, buddy. Live your life.
I wonder if I can get up there.
Now what? Fall back down again? No, I don't. You know what? I was just scrolling through Reddit and I saw this thing of like, it showed Dina, and it showed somebody in a yearbook who looked like Dina. And they go, I found Dina. And then I read her quote. And then I'm thinking, is her quote a spoiler for this game? Oh, no. The Last of Us 1 released on 2013. They started working on this in 2014. The reveal was PSX 2015. Huh, that's interesting. I kind of like, the narrative I had in my mind was more of, they waited several years. That just sounds like they put it out, then they immediately made a sequel. The narrative I had was, we didn't immediately make a sequel because we're so badass. And because people want us to, we didn't do it. So eat that. And we found out something perfect, but Now it just sounds like, oh, well, they just did it right away. Oh, that's way different. Can I combine it with a bottle? Okay. Perhaps it's alive. Which part? When they started working on it, or when he said we didn't want to make something till we knew we had a really good story. Throw it at the ceiling? That's what I think I'm doing. Oh, on not making a sequel? Yeah, maybe. Caught on a nail? Yeah, it seemed like it did right there, right? Do I want to throw it that way and then climb back over? Maybe? Throw it out this way? Throw it at the skylight. Oh, good. Oh, just running right over that broken glass.
What should I do for you?
Okay, cool. All physics, baby. That door is probably locked or non-existent. Not planning for a sequel's positive for you. You don't really like how movies seem to have endless sequels. Yeah, I thought that was... It's funny, though, when I went back to this, I didn't really like... Man, does that rain ever look good just coming through here? The ambience of the room. I think...
Okay, your pack's here. Is that blood?
Everything looking and sounding good? Before we get to what I assume is going to be an important moment. Whoa. He has 2 big loaves of bread? Looks fine here. Okay, boy. Employee rights, $7.25 federal minimum wage. But bread. But bread, there's more.
Hey, Owen?
I like how they did the backstory of this. Showing this aquarium being a wonderful, magical place for him, you know? I like that a lot.
Owen!
You need more. Mel comes in. Whoa, what are you doing? Nothing like fresh baked bread, Mel. Fresh baked buns. I know you got a bun in the oven, but I need a bun on my skewer. Oh god, what if they are bang. Oh, then we'll have to hear Mel's awkward voice again. Oh, sorry. Didn't want you to see me like this. Can I at least get my pants on? Oh. Darn things don't fit. Nerf archery.
Hey, you in there?
Gonna need new headphones. Yeah. Exactly. I love it here. It's so great. Really? It looks like it gets moldy as F. Owen. Bioshock.
Of course.
This is freaking me out. Oh. They are bangity bang bang. Probably. It's misty for 3/4 of the year. Like I lived above Seattle for a while, and I left a car in the backyard for like a year or two because there was like an engine problem or something. I was 17, so I didn't know how to fix it, and it just turned green. Oh, I know what it's gonna be. Blood, pregnant lady, miscarriage, birth,
Owen?
hemorrhoids. That's not a plate.
That's fucking cruel. Isaac sends you after me.
He didn't. What is all this?
Gotta take her apart if I'm gonna fix her back up.
They're gonna sail
see.
away to Europe, like Corky said. Find more
Want
doctors.
some?
Pass.
Suit yourself.
See, these two have so much tension.
Danny's dead.
Figured.
I think you did it.
You want to tell me what happened?
We were cleaning out a small camp. It's just a couple scars, and I hit this one on the head. Hard. And he goes down, and his weapon's right there. And he doesn't go for it. Instead, he turns to me. And he's old and tired. He was just ready. I've killed a lot of scars. And, this fucking guy. I couldn't do it. Of course, Danny gets in my fucking face about it. I told him I'm done. He can do it himself if he wants. And he points his fucking gun at me. So I grab it, and then... First, I didn't even know which one of us was shot.
You defended yourself.
Stop.
I can fix this. I'll talk to Isaac.
I am tired, Abby. I don't want to fight over land that I don't give a fuck about anymore. I'm going to Santa Barbara.
Just down the coast.
To chase a rumor.
I've heard it more than once.
The Fireflies aren't regrouping. They're gone.
It's a lead. I gotta see it through.
What about Mel?
She'll be safe here.
Oh, Owen.
Okay.
Owen's nice. He's
We'll
gonna
talk in
ditch
the
his
morning when you're sober.
Don't do
baby
that.
Do
and
what?
wife.
Treat me like I'm fucking insane. You feel the same way.
If the Fireflies are in Santa Barbara, I go the opposite fucking direction. What?
Nothing.
Sorry I grew up.
Oh.
You should try it.
Oh yeah, how do I do that? Should I go find the people that killed my family? Cut into them? I could torture them until they're crying, you know?
He goes for the hair pull. Shouldn't have the ponytail. What a weakness. Oh, are they gonna kiss? No way. Whoa, did not expect that. Wow. What's the blood from? Pretty low key. I guess I'm just sort of processing it all in. It was more like pretty stunned. You know? I really didn't think we were gonna see her. Oh, really, Prince? It was like on the Reddit gay forums. Guess what we just saw? Gay sex and The Last of Us. Wow. I wonder how much of their body they scanned in. What's people's normal reaction to it, Jorge? I didn't think they needed to show the whole sex part. I mean, it's fine that they did. There's a lot worse going on in the game in terms of what you're trying to hide people from. But it's an interesting thing with video games, like, and what to. I mean, this is a game for adults for sure, right? There are probably young kids that play it. Oh, to bug out a bit more. Well, I mean, they'd been kind of having a tension with them the whole time. When she started pushing him and then they stopped, I thought, see you later, Lena. I thought for sure they're probably going to do it. I don't know, two people that have loved each other for a long time and have had a lot of tension and stuff, and his wife looks like Mel, and he's ready to leave his wife already. So, Melissa. Well, yeah, Mel loves Owen for sure. Or Melissa, probably. Yeah, I think that you get the idea that they're gonna have sex. It's almost like they're really like thrusting, like they're literally thrusting the scene in your face. Huh. Yeah, I assumed, I think it was a lot to take in. Well, but he didn't really cheat on her because he said that he was going to leave her there. So he's single, you know? And she's expecting. Yeah, it's not. He's already running out on his wife and kid to try to go to Santa Barbara. And this is the person that came after him. So I can see why they would do that. It's like kind of a desperation thing. And, you know, she said with that rope, the things I do for you, right? Wow. I guess it's just another person doing more screwed up things and in screwed up times with all this drama. Interesting. Oh, more of this. What? Okay.
What?
Yeah. I mean, he's got a kick. That's the part I don't really get is like, I'm assuming if he would have just told Melon, just come with me, let's go. Let's bring our kid to somewhere safe. Or maybe she said, no, I don't want to do that. Neither of them use lube. Oh, they've been lubricating for the last 20 years. Yeah, I think he seemed kind of like the last bastion of a good character, good-hearted character, who was sick of all the violence and decided, then this happens. So, but like as Mel had said to Abby, I think Joel deserved worse, right? Whoa. Owen, Mel too, Owen too. Well, they're going to need a replacement Owen. He's got scars from all the battles.
Those fucking kids.
You know, when the sex scene started happening, I just imagine some like 14-year-old kid gets their mom to buy them this game, and then they're like, "Nah, it's just a really popular game. It's about a girl that goes on a trip." And then,
I need to get them out of there before it's too late.
oh, she went back for them. Oh, interesting. Oh God, was she gonna go back to them and see them hung like
What the
that?
hell am I doing? They're fucking scars.
So this is what? This is present time after she just had sex with the guy? And now she's going back because she's had a dream about them being hung. Maybe I should have, I probably should have yesterday pushed forward and got to that scene yesterday. I think kind of going into a cold,
I'm not falling. Okay.
there was a pretty big build-up. And I think I lost in a bit of the context. Yeah. Yeah, I should have. But I didn't know it was coming. I felt it, though. I did feel like there was a big sort of... Yeah, I should have trusted my gut that this was something big. Well, you know what? Not to have you regret your actions, but I think from you, Horky, who rarely ever tells me anything like that, and I feel like you have a realistic... you have a realistic grasp of time. Like, I trust your bit of time. I don't think that you would manipulate how long something is to make me... Just so I could do something on your time frame. If you told me it was, like 10 more minutes, and there's a big, there's a big climax. There's a literal climax.
Fuck. At least I know he's alive.
Whoa, this guy's just spreading babies everywhere. You're a little uncertain how much more was left before it got to the boat. Yeah, it turns out it really wasn't that long. It was like probably 10, 20 minutes and then boom. Oh, big heavy guy with the pickaxe. Oh well. Like that would, yeah, it's a pretty cathartic end to that. The pacing to that felt pretty good, actually. Huh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if there were more enemies or something. Oh, well. A lot to think about. So Owen's leaving. He's going to leave Mel behind. That seems a bit crazy. But that makes sense to why... Another reason why Abby was, you know, so much in the way of...
It's her! In there!
You know, so much in... So... Another reason for her to be angry at him, you know?
Filthy wolf!
Eventually he's gonna get out. Oh, let's give him the Steven Seagal.
Running!
Oh, crunch and munch. You just skipped through you just watched a playthrough and skipped through all the fighting? Yeah. Well, there was a good topic Jason Schreier had brought up on Twitter. That hork he was showing me. The idea that video games are too long. I agree with him. I think that you could have certain, especially games like this, like a big cinematic story base with gameplay. Is there enough gameplay and enough story to get this to be the length of this game's going to be like what, 40 hours? Does it need to be 40 hours? I don't think so. I think you could have cut out a lot of the padding earlier on. Doesn't really feel like Ellie's game at all, actually. You know? Uh-oh. Like I said, both Disco Elysium and Hollow Knight, perfect length for games. For some context, you finished it in 30 hours. Yeah. I think the stuff with Ellie and Dina, though, like, yeah, you could make it shorter, but... Well, you would cut out a lot of what they did. They just didn't really have anything interesting for them to do, or they just were in love. Why? Because they loved each other. That's why. It's kind of like when you first hook up with somebody and then you're just sitting there happy that you're together, but that's it? That's all you have to talk about is that you're happy you're together?
Have eyes on her!
Oh, Big Bertha! You know how back in the Renaissance days, and in some countries where, you know, food is scarce, girl with like a big booty and a lot of weight, that becomes the standard of beauty because they think, oh, well, you're successful enough to have gained some weight. You know, you're not skinny and overly tanned because of being out in the sun all the time, right? And working and not being able to eat. And now, because we have an abundance of food and time to rest and get fat, what's being attractive is like Prince's profile picture. The Prince's profile picture shows he has the discipline and strength to work out, right? So do you think that in this like kind of apocalypse, people are like, oh yeah, look at her. She looks like she could rip the head off of a zombie. So long isn't purely too many hours. Disco Elysium is pretty short, Hollow Knight's pretty long, but it's the pacing of it. Yeah, I don't feel like... Yeah, Hollow Knight, the first... I would even say you could trim off a bit of the first few hours. That's quite a jacket you got there. Wow, that's a powerful gun. Doesn't look very powerful. Looks like kind of a World War I. Games are badly paced.
Fucking hell.
But I think sometimes what makes the pacing terrible is when you make it too long. You know? How long is Disco Elysium? I mean, I'm much more likely to try a game if somebody said, this is a really interesting game and it's 15 hours long. Rather than it being like 30, 40, you know? I'll give up 5, 10 hours, 15 hours for an interesting... for an interesting experience, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I mean, yeah, because when I first saw that, I immediately thought, all right, well, I'm thinking of like people who play on PC or something, or like RPG fanatics who want to play for 100 hours. And I think there's kind of a difference between getting so into a game like that you need a game to sort of kill time for you, and you like messing with that system. But I think that RPGs can do it where the main bit of the story can be a tight 20 hours, 25 hours. And then if you want to still continue on, there's like lots of side quests you can go on, or even something like grinding up so you can beat an Adamantoise, you know, like a really overly powerful enemy that you would never be able to take on within the smaller time it takes to do the main story. More capacity, that'd be fantastic. Oh, 3. It's not really a lot. Probably better if I could do more damage, though. Or headshots. Make the bullets less longer. Outer Worlds is 15 hours for the main story? I might have to get back into it. Well, since I own the game, I could start it over once we're done. And, I don't really want to see Joel get beaten in the head again. And play as Abby and stuff and run around. There's kind of a lot of parts of the game I just really wouldn't want to do, because they are difficult to see and experience. Although, you know, the very first game I loved, and loved the second time I played it, but there was about 6 years in between playing them. That's a pretty sizable amount of time. Disco Elysium is 20 hours based on how long to beat. And that's, you know, and for an RPG, that's purely based on story. Not sure what that, for 90 hours? What for the completionist? I think they did a really good job once you get into Seattle of changing up what the environment looks like. Just some random sites. That it was 90 hours. Wow. One-handed gamer takes 90 hours to play. Playing everything with a DDR mat. 90 hours. I wonder if Neil Druckmann would come out and be like, "Gotcha, guys. Game was a joke. I made a meme. I'm subversive." I don't think so. I would like to see some interviews and with him and the story writer, directors of the game, once I'm done this. Fat is just a visual representation of unhealthy lifestyle. It's not something people are logically attracted to. Felix still not buying it. Good health and childbearing hips. God damn, this like endless battle with Elgato and Lag and Obs. I had said that in the past, different body shapes were considered more attractive than they are now, because it was a sign of wealth and well, but fetishes are generally something that are more on like the outline.
Shit.
Kid? You still there?
Don't come any closer.
It's me.
Remember me? The wolf. Is your friend dead? Probably.
Sorry. How's she doing?
Whoa. Got an infection? Got a fever?
I'm gonna move your arm. Lean into me.
Where are you taking her?
Come on. What are you doing? I'm giving her a chance.
Owen! Owen!
Hey, Owen, wake up!
I'm here.
Oh, what if she comes back and this is when she finds him dead?
Those scars?
I need whatever medical supplies you have. Put the phone down, it's okay!
down!
Alice, shut up!
Alice,
Put the
stop!
phone down! Alice!
Why is she here? Oh,
Lev, lower
awkward.
the bow. It's okay. Abby, who are these kids? They saved my life. Can you take a look at her? Stay, Alice.
You wanted me to have more of a
is
bug-eyed
Yara.
Mel expression, Horky?
What did this? A hammer. It wasn't me. Let's lay her down. Can you feel this? Yara.
No.
I was gonna clean it and try
The
resetting.
bone's shattered. She has compartment syndrome. What does that mean?
It means it has to come off.
She's a soldier. You can't take her arm.
We leave it, it'll turn gangrenous.
Just make it stop hurting. Please.
Oh, God.
What do you need?
What are they going to do now?
Ideally, a saw, sutures, clamps, antibiotics. But we're far from ideal right now.
We have knives, fire. Cut and cauterize it.
She would die from infection. Make me a list. I'll go to the hospital, I'll get
It'll
whatever
take
you
you
need.
all day to get there.
I don't mind.
It's not about you, Abby. She doesn't have a couple of days. What if I can get you there in 2 hours? The Wolf Hospital, right? On the west side?
How?
I can fly.
We built bridges high up. It's how we get around the flooding and you people.
Can't you handle 2 hours?
Probably, yeah.
So make a list.
Wait, are you serious? These bridges are used by scars.
They only send in small groups at a time.
You heard that? Small groups.
This isn't a joke.
Lev?
May she guide you.
May she protect you.
Abby. Abby.
Look at the look he's getting from Mel. Oh, yeah? Why are you so concerned? Just going.
Hey,
What?
will you... Did you steal my keys?
Sorry.
Can I talk to you?
Talk?
Why are you doing this? Look, she just showed up.
Okay.
I don't think she knows about last night.
I don't care about last night.
Oh.
Well, I do.
Oh.
Which one?
Hope you know what you're doing.
All right. Yeah, I mean, well, I think amputation is a.
Friends are wolves too.
Yeah. We were lucky Mel was there. She's one of the best surgeons in Seattle.
But she doesn't know how to make vaccines.
And what's his name? The man?
Owen.
Mel. Owen. Abby.
And the dog's Alice.
I don't like dogs. How do we get to the really tall buildings? The bridge is there.
Path ahead kicks out toward downtown.
The route starts at the edge of the rushing water.
These bridges are really gonna get us over the rapids?
Yeah.
You know, like, what if they would have changed the pacing around where you cared about these characters first before they did what they did, you know? Like, if you did care about Abby before she killed Joel, you cared about Owen before you killed Owen. Or is it... I guess it kind of makes sense to, you're in war. Like
There it is.
like the wolves and the scars and
That's the building we need to get to.
Ellie versus
Okay, I see it.
Abby, thinking that they're all, and even like Abby versus Joel.
What happens if we can't get the stuff your friend needs?
She'll have to try to do the surgery with what Owen has around. It's not... That wouldn't be good.
Do you think she'll make it?
To get the supplies, yeah, she'll have a good shot. Keep out of the water. These rapids will rip you away.
I know.
You know how to swim, right?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fall in.
I like that confidence. Let's see if we can get to the top of this building. You've been to these sky bridges before, right?
Yeah,
You think we're gonna see a lot of scars?
Seraphites. I don't know.
You gonna be okay if we do?
I was yesterday.
Yeah, but those guys were hunting you.
All
The trope. Well, I like how they have a definite description of how that trope works and how it doesn't work. This trope only applies when limb loss is deliberately used to advance the plot. It does not apply to pre-existing conditions. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Watch the glass.
I would say, like, again, now I don't really want to play as Abby and this girl going through. Like, yeah, I'd say that the story of this is more interesting than really compelling for me. Yeah. Like, I want to know more about the Seraphite Scar situation. Oh, this is like the Final Fantasy VI of...
Oh, fuck.
It's like the Final Fantasy VI of Last of Us games.
You okay?
The villains actually do what they say they're going to
Sure.
do.
I said I'm fine.
Flip between all these different perspectives after that point.
Getting closer to your tall building.
I'm interested in seeing these, like, sky bridges. I can't believe how long we've been playing as Abby. learning about her and Joel. We still have like
We're
probably
gonna have to do a
more
little zigzagging.
more of a scene of her going through the hospital, I guess, eh?
How long have you two been on the run for?
2 days.
Where were you headed?
I don't know. Just away.
To the girl next door where
So you're
Sam.
gonna tell me the real reason why they're after you now?
I did.
They want to kill a little boy because he shaved his head.
I wasn't allowed. It's the rule. I broke it.
Jeez. So why'd you do it?
I don't know.
Pretty punk rock of you.
Punk rock?
I get the impression you don't follow most rules.
I guess so.
Yeah, you mentioned that last time, Lena. Lev is a pretty fun character. Well, you see, the thing with Lev is that you have this, again, like Oki had said earlier, why do these people have slang and why do they still use the slang that we would have? It makes more sense to them not to not know what punk rock is, for them to be young enough. Well, I mean, skyscraper is just it's still like a slangy kind of term. You know, and you probably only know that if they showed them like TVs or the movie or I guess books. But yeah, they're sort of like the Amish. To the girl next door, we're Sam and James. We live in 302. Didn't know anyone else is still here. We're not scary. We swear. Leaving behind a freshly baked treat. Thanks for the cornbread. My mom told me to give you this bottle of vodka. Hope it's a good kind. Why didn't you guys get on the bus with everyone else? My name's Julia. My mom's name is Heidi. Where'd you find this vodka? It's legit. Jeez, now you're freaking them out. We stuck around because we heard some horror stories about the temp apartments. People left to police themselves, letting them rob and kill each other. We'd rather take our chances here. Let us know if you and your mom needs anything. Thanks again. I'm going to look for some more cornbread next while I'm out. That was a game changer. Sweet of you guys to help when I'm home. I could really use a hand. Gonna go out scavenging now. Back tonight. Just knock. Scar saw James cooking on the roof. They shot him. I killed 2, but 1 got away. I'm leaving our door unlocked and supplies in our safe. Combo's our apartment number, then your apartment number. Take everything and get out of here, Sam. Can't leave my mom behind. Gonna barricade her door and hope for the best. Your stuff's still in the safe. My aim's shit. If they get in, we're just gonna put our hands in. That'd be scary, eh? Yeah, and it's like they're deciding what is important to learn about. Is it important to learn that they hate technology, Prince? So they don't care about buildings. They call it like monuments to their old ways, right? What is here? Cleaned, perfected, clean, cleared. He's what, apartment 302? Yeah, they live in a city full of skyscrapers, for sure. But, like, for them, I don't think that they would think they don't care about that. They don't like technology. They don't like this old society. They're just big buildings. Oh, yeah, double loaded. Warhammer? Those are Warhammer 40k models from the game Necromunda, where you use... That's why they have this... Well, maybe not, actually. It could be. In Necromunda, you just have, like, 7 of those. Or it could be from Space Hulk. And they're doing some fine thing. Or they could be from the full-on game, but because there's so few of them. What a nerd. Every time you see that upside-down triangle, it really freaks me out. These are organized groups. Wolves and Jacks have education systems. Seems weird the Seraphites don't even touch basic vocabulary. Well, they speak, and they probably know a lot of different... They probably, like, know a shit ton about nature, plants, medicine. They seem to know a lot about fighting. Throwing spears at helicopters. Demons in the sky! I mean, if they didn't even know the word for building or something, I think that would be different, but... 302 and what? 304. Sweet home. Yakuba. Alright, let's find this safe. 302 and 304. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? Yeah. That makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, they wouldn't know what a skyscraper is. It's just... Oh, yeah, nice. It's all about having good speakers, man. Or headphones. 302, 304? So that'd be what? 30... 302, 304. Like that, right? That's cool. Surfers don't know the words for their own surroundings. I guess so. But it's just not that, like, to call it a skyscraper is still like a nickname. I think if you pointed towards them and they're like, what do you mean building? What do you mean tall? Like, they have vocabulary. It's not like they go, we call them sky touchers. Actually, skyscraper sounds more like sort of a primitive name for it than an actual technical name. Oh, weird. Yeah, they don't care. It's just something that's there that they don't like. Interesting, though, Prince, that's the part that gets you. I think that they definitely wanted to have, like, a fish out of water moment in that conversation. They'll probably have more. Maybe not. They might not want to overdo it. But they definitely wanted to have kind of a Ellie and Joel, where Joel's telling her about the old world, and the same thing where they're just telling you that these people live differently. She's carrying a bow, you know? They don't like technology. I want to see this bridge, though. It'd be pretty interesting. And I do want better close combat. Listen, move cleverly. What do we got here? After killing an enemy with a strike for a short time, your next melee attack will be a strike! Alright, crafting. See, now my eyes are bugging out. I think what I found more interesting is not that they had sex, it's more that Melon shows up the next day, and then they have to talk. And her saying it didn't mean anything to me, and Owen kind of, like, cheekily saying, like, oh, it meant something to me. You know? That kind of stuff I find really interesting. It's more like, not the fact that they did have sex, but more that it would be a, how they react to it after, you know? And also, like I said, I just started playing, so I guess I lost some of the build-up. Some of the momentum was lost on me. Oh, they're real gamers. They put crit for the head. She needs that throwing axe, eh? Hey, teddy boy. This game is so different from the first one. It has some similarities. I mean, it's people making their way through a dystopian world, going on different journeys and stuff, and encountering, I guess, different factions and how people are dealing with it, but it's so much broader in scope. I mean, how long was the first game? 20 hours? 18, 20? Where are we going now? I guess we went this way. Down this way, maybe. And then a shark comes and gets her. I like this momentum. Okay, so run, strike, and then the next person. So now we can take out multiple people with melee. 13-ish for the first one? That's amazing. First game, 13 hours. And how much they get done with that, that's incredible. Wow. Nice tarp. Rainwater tarp. This is around 27. You also died there because the jump was weird? Yeah. You have a very low value voice. Nobody ever stays on when it's on. It's like a bug repellent. I kind of feel like that, again. But they have this, like, really specific death, it seems like, where the camera's there at the bottom. Well, maybe they did think that technology created some kind of super virus that caused problems. Right?
Cool.
Oh, nice. Good thing I died a bunch of times. Get these
How long
out.
you been using that thing?
My bow? Since forever.
You're good with it.
You should have seen Yara. Why did they do that to her?
Thanks, Felix.
We can be cruel.
My mom would say that. About wolves.
Well, she wasn't wrong.
I'm scared for her.
Why?
People will blame her for what I did.
But it wasn't the wolves that bashed her arm. Grab the scraps. Grab the scraps. Okay, buddy boy. I'm liking these tarps. And your word combos confuse them. You definitely have a very unique style in how you talk to Ted. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, in sometimes in social situations, I think, because I don't spit out what I'm gonna say right away. And get listened to as much. Maybe it's a charisma thing, but. And I'm willing to give. I'm willing to listen to almost anybody. But I feel like when I'm not getting listened to back, then I just turn off. Jump into my arms!
Shit. Demons. Behind us, demon.
They are demons. We jump properly, somehow she jumps but diagonally. Yeah, exactly.
We gotta get through there.
Strike! No, you took away my strike! Girl took away my kill. Strike? Double strike. Oh, I'll get the weapon anyway, it doesn't matter. The Seraphites also call the infected demons. Maybe their religion rejects reality. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they do talk a lot about things like, oh, we're going to cleanse. Every dead wolf is cleansing, and our own pain is causing a cleanse and all this stuff.
Get ready!
Strike? And I want a double strike. Aw. Gotta go let it go. Is Lev not a girl? This guy got all these shivs. Is that really? It's so obvious that that's a boy. Lev has a shaved head and seemingly no breasts. What do you mean, a girl? What does a shaved head have to do with being a girl or a boy? Well, also very young, you know? Also a very feminine voice. Why do I say so? Come here, Lev. Let me get a good look at you.
You okay?
Yes.
That's a girl's voice. And could be
How
small
many
breasts.
Seraphites have you killed?
Why?
Asian?
Curious.
I don't know.
Abby's got small breasts. Yeah, sounds like a girl to me. Yeah. Have you guys seen girls before? Outside of the internet? Hmm? When I used to answer the phone when I was 10 or 11, every once in a while, my dad's workman would be like, "Oh, is that your daughter?" When I'd hand the phone over. "It's your daughter? Got a girl there? Hello?" Because I sounded like Lev. Lev Zev. Proper the Shpev. Lev sounds like a very, like a nickname for somebody in Lithuania, you know? Sounds like a very Eastern European type name. Lev. Lev Brabia. I know one sex scene is Lev almost has sex with everybody. Meant a lot to me. Lev. You are a demon. Hey. A demon that loves you, Lev. You wanna have a baby with me? Wanna go to San Diego, Santa Barbara, just have more babies? Start a cult? All these little Owen kids with their eyes a little too close together on their head. It's illegal, but we don't know how old Lev is. Apparently, you guys think Lev's a 25-year-old boy. Man.
That water's picked up a lot of speed. I need you to be really careful, okay?
I've done stuff like this before.
I think Lev's a girl. Everything is everything. Right. So Lev could either be a young girl who hasn't gone through puberty, hence, or a young boy who hasn't gone through puberty, hence the voice. So, I don't know. Just doesn't seem very, like, cut and dried. I could see it going either way, I guess. That's a pretty... But even, like, a boy of that age who's now old enough to be shooting people. Okay, Lev... Let's put it this way. Lev's either... Lev to me seems too old to have a voice that high. But you could just have small breasts that are hidden, you know? Or just not have breasts, you know? Well, let's see here. Which one has the most bullets? It's not nice of her to turn the light off. 2 bullets. LB2 Bros is hosting and following. What's going on, Mixerland, eh? How you doing there, LB2 Bros? What's the LB stand for? Pound? Pound 2 Bros? Let's see here. This one's got 5, and it's very powerful. Okay, why don't we try to upgrade one of these ones? Hype sandwich. Oh, that bread looks so good on that sandwich. Let's see, the hunting pistol. Prince will take a hit for it. You want more accent stability? A scope? Oof, yeah. Replace the barrel. More powerful shots? I don't get it. Oh, you only have 15, you need 60. Owen. Yeah, I don't know, Felix. Interbay wireless. What were cell phones? I didn't realize that guy was here. Oh, a note.
God damn it.
Who is he?
Aaron will trade
don't
the
know.
flowers and salt.
Isn't he a wolf?
Tampons.
There are thousands of us. Do you know every scar?
Stop calling us scars.
Sure.
I don't know if he looks pretty strange. Oh. So that was 7. Do I have 60 pieces yet? Those shivs came in really, really handy. Did we come across them today? So much platforming, eh, in this one? It's gonna be so strange to go back to Ellie. I mean, are we ever gonna go back to being Ellie? Now that Ellie's done what she's done, what's gonna happen when her and Abby now meet up
Is where we're supposed to be?
Yeah.
and the game wants us to like both of them? Or not like Ellie? Because Ellie killed a pregnant potato. Yeah, it kind of seems like Druckmann's like, all right, Amy Hennig, you make Uncharted games. I'll make The Last of Us. And then he made Uncharted 4, and he's like, yeah, it's actually pretty fun. Let's have them sliding around and jumping. Switches it up more, you know. Whoa.
What the fuck?
I'll take the door. The real army woman like Ellie would do feminine hygiene in the field every day. Oh, it's the same one. Anytime you fall in the water. Feminine hygiene every day? What, it just becomes this, like, never-ending flow?
What the fuck?
I should just lift up the whole building. Yeah. It's there, Felix.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't like heights.
I had a cousin who was afraid of heights.
Good for your cousin. Okay.
Here we are.
I wonder if these sky bridges are going to be...
Follow me.
How much higher are we going?
See, look. Oh, it's like the... It's kind of like when you descend down into that place in the first Dark Souls. What's that called? Blight Town? And then they copied it in Dark Souls 2.
You're gonna be okay.
They felt like the Ewok.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yes.
I see you, room. No. This is a room to make everything look bigger. With no items in it. Lost Izalith, Light Town, Tomb of the Giants. Do they all kind of have those sort of wooden bridges? Can you guys have a 3-person Piss Whisper secret chat? Like a Horky, Leonot, Felix. Could all of you guys have your own secret chat? Without me knowing about it? Roxy. It's like a class on simple computing. These have separate rooms. That's cool. Pass along. The elders have agreed to a truce at the wolves. They'll stay away from our island and won't engage with any Seraphites passing through their outer territories. To maintain this peace, we must all work together. Our goals remain the same. There are simply different means to achieve them. Interesting. Headquarters. Twitch is using an IRC. Cool. Sounds old school. Sounds hardcore computer old school. Looking out for the spoilers on YouTube. Felix is on duty. The Valley of Defilement became the Blighttown, which became the Gutter,
way.
which became Ferrets.
How do we not find these?
Wolves never look up.
Oh!
What does that mean?
It means no matter how many people or guns you have, we'll find a way around you.
Maybe you should stop saying we, since they're trying to kill you.
This is impressive. 1988. Wow. It's been calm for a while. And right on cue. The apostate.
It's Lily! You should have stayed away, Lily!
Strike? Come on. Somebody give me...
Go!
There's one. Oh, two. I want to use my combo. Lily? Abby?
Get off me! Eli!
I like how he tried to say something as he was dying.
I'll find you, rats!
I can see through the walls. Opposite kitty. The opposite of a kitty. Or dog. Or just a kitty that likes to be the opposite. Hello. No? Not gonna go for the kill? I guess farther away than I thought. Shimmering, shining. Contrarian cat. Wham, bam, body slam. That's a hot punch to bend him over, then an uppercut to stand him up. Hit a body slam. You're back to me, please.
Quiet.
What if we could just throw him right at the window? That'd be cool.
Shut it.
A contrarian cat. Yeah, Rita. Looks pretty relaxed.
You okay?
Yeah,
Let me help.
I got it. Did you hear what they called me?
Yeah.
Do you want to ask me about it?
Do you want me to ask you about it?
No.
Okay.
What's going on there, Lily? Lily Lev? Lily Lev Zev? This one's Lev. What's the other one? The other girl's name. The other... I don't know what they are. Betrayers of the Seraphites? I like this brick. These bridges are really interesting. There's like nature has taken over. The other one is Yara. Oh. He's trans. Oh, so he was Lily before. And now is Lev.
Whoa.
Okay, I gotcha. Are we gonna meet her?
Scars built all this?
Seraphites.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's pretty cool.
What's cool?
Like, impressive. Awesome. Oh, that's kind of pretty. And a little creepy.
That's creepy.
I wonder if your prophet had any idea what she was starting.
She saved dozens of people in ways no one can explain.
She blew up trucks and killed some soldiers. Not that hard to explain.
Have you read her writings?
Skimmed some.
You'd benefit from it.
Sure.
Huh. This game is not necessarily like a gray area of who is an altar. Yes? Opposite kitty. The altar of bread and beautifully looking canned goods. Those kind of look like the things that they tear out of their bodies when they disembowel them. It's really nice and clean. Cleaner than Owen's disgusting aquarium that he lives in. Speaking of aquarium, that kind of looks like a whale and a lemon. All right, Liv Lemon. Yeah, it's not necessarily like a gray area where there's black and white. Kamikaze 187835. My take on this game, because since the idiots have ruined it. You know, there's sort of like a vocal minority, I think is a good way to describe a lot of the internet. The people that raise the most stink, it may seem like that's the only opinion on the game. There's people being really angry that it's trying to be diverse and try something different and ambitious. I think the take I have so far has been, it's a very ambitious story. It's pretty interesting and compelling. At times, hard to play. I mean, I went from, like, not wanting to control her at all to now I'm enjoying her beating on people and finding her more interesting than Ellie. It's a different kind of... It's obviously different than what I thought it was going to be. It's different than what I would have ever asked for, but, you know, it's a sequel and it's a brand new story. And I guess Neil Druckmann had some
I'll
ideas
go
on what he
first
wanted
this
to do. So far I'd say it's not really the direction I would have wanted to go in, but it's been compelling. I can't even think of like another show or a movie where they try to make you sympathize with the villain as much as this. To show you in the end there are no villains. All these different sides that there are. You know, the Seraphites. And I think they've done a pretty good job with that. It's impressive and ambitious. What should we do here? Didn't I want to... Oh, I needed 60 parts. Okay. Politics and agendas shouldn't have a place in the gaming industry. Well, I guess there's the freedom to make whatever you want, and people either buy it or they don't. I guess when it's in a franchise, or so when a lot of people love the first game and you say we're going to continue the story, and then the story kind of feels so different from how the original story was. I can see why original ones in the fans of the original that are angered by this could maybe feel kind of betrayed. The same way I felt with Final Fantasy VII Remake, that you told me you're making you're remaking the game I loved, and you didn't. You changed it. You literally remade it, you know. See, medkits are bombs. Bombs are more fun. Bombs have more fun. I mean, games are a piece of art and a piece of entertainment. So. I mean, I guess you wouldn't want to see what would be the opposite kind of agenda, like if it was a game about, I don't know, the trailer in the game is kind of a lie. Yeah, and we've seen that before. Like, Leonard had pointed out that Metal Gear Solid 2 did that, where everybody wanted to continue the story of the first Metal Gear Solid and be the superhero again. And the trailer made it seem like that, and the first level made it seem like that, and then they take that away from you. And I didn't like it at the time, when it first came out, because Raiden was such an annoying character. And I didn't like that you had to learn the thing over again, and I stopped playing it. I didn't play it again until like
Seriously,
2018,
how high up are we
2019.
going?
Never said before. My condolences for your son.
It's an honor. He's with our prophet now.
He passed bravely. You should be proud.
Elders have offered us a new child.
That is a great honor.
Elizabeth is grateful. I'm just not sure she's ready yet.
The elders know what's best. You will
To your
all be
right.
for the best.
They've got a boat.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is that the same thing with Final Fantasy VII Remake and this and The Last of Us Part 2 is that you're doing something wildly different from the first game that it's being based off of, right? Yeah, I was kind of hoping that we would eventually meet the Prophet and hear some philosophy on their position and what she's doing. Instead, when I think of the Seraphites, I think of these sort of like bald guys carrying around hammers and the ladies with the... Battlefield. What happened in Battlefield 5? Everybody thought Joel was already dead. Yeah, I thought they would have been like separated and she was going to have to go out there and find him. There were a lot of things they could have done, but they really went quite a different way with it. The lunch ladies.
Wait. Hear that? Oh, they're looking for us. We need to be ready. Thanks for the heads up.
Dude, I'm ready. I'm going to throw this bomb. That big fella. No, I won't make it.
It's the
Yeah. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, I thought that based on what happened in the last one, there would have been. It kind of feels like Joel lying to Ellie. Joel lying to Ellie was the big bombshell at the end of the last game. And then that really wasn't that big of a deal. Ellie finds out. He lies to her again. She says, "Don't lie to me. Tell the truth." And now we're done. And then that's kind of it, you know. And it was never brought up again. Like, maybe it'll be brought up again, but it doesn't seem like it is. That's a strong lady.
Hey, with a wolf!
Where did some of the writing seemed shoddy and at times made no sense or meaningless?
Blade! Just ahead!
Yeah, I did. I think that there are definitely some moments that feel forced, just like there were in the first game, to try to push the plot along. But it does seem like there's more and more in this game. There's more plot that they've had to force along, you know. I really thought I was hiding. Nope. Took me out pretty quick. If it was Star Wars, they would have done that. Everyone's related to everybody. Yeah, I think Naughty Dog's strength is interpersonal dynamics. And the first game had a very, very simple, fairly generic plot, and then what made it interesting was the chemistry between Joel and Ellie. And I think that's what Naughty Dog does really well, especially Druckmann. Two characters acting together and having chemistry. The chemistry he created with Joel and Ellie and, you know, Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker. So in this game, some of my favorite moments are when they do find that chemistry again. It just seems like Ellie and Dina just didn't have any of that. And the actual, main story parts were not as interesting. Carolyn's popular name. When you join the Seraphites,
On your left!
you will be renamed Carolyn.
Don't let her escape!
They're taking the long way around. It's like how many years waiting for this? This is what you get over the overhyped. First one seemed more about redemption. Oh yeah. It's I think I get to a point where I realize I can't have control over what people make, you know. Wow, nailing me right through that board. It's amazing. Yeah, it's quite a different theme, different story altogether. But yeah, I can see the frustration if people are expecting, if they want more of the same story, they want a positive end to a story. Even though the first one did end in kind of like a darkness, you know. But Joel taking on the debt of that guilt. To keep her safe. Dr. Uckman, and he's a villain? Don't be so in the open and shooting? Yeah, for sure. You love Uncharted? Well, yeah, they're like very, very black and white fantasy, just Indiana Jones type, you know. There's nothing confusing about Uncharted. I mean, they did hint at a lot. In the first one, they hinted that Joel's a really bad person. His own brother doesn't like him anymore. His own brother seemed like almost he couldn't forgive Joel for what he put him through.
She's got a rifle. On the right. Behind us. It's the apostate!
Ah,
With a
man.
wolf! On the left!
Very Walking did this.
To your right!
Yeah, the rifles thing. I guess they're kind of hypocritical with that, eh? It's, we don't use any technology, but rifles, yeah, we're going to use those. I guess rifles are very old tech. Uh-oh.
It's the apostle!
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why people feel like it's just not similar enough to the first game. If you're going to be continuing on a story and characters. Uh-oh. You know, why change it up so much, but it's a different time. I mean, when he came up with the story for... Oh, yeah. Probably even more so. I mean, it takes longer to make a game. Costs more money for a game. You spend more time with it. Ladyland. Yeah, it's the same way. It's kind of the same way I felt about 7 Remake, where, look, Nomura, if you want to tell your crazy ass time travel story, do that somewhere else. This isn't about that. Final Fantasy VII, when people get excited, when you put up a thing that says Final Fantasy VII Remake, people get excited because they're like, yay, I like Final Fantasy VII. And then they take it away, and now it's this. Well, why didn't you just do Final Fantasy 16 time travel stuff? And the same thing, and I can see why people would think that, like when you go Last of Us Part 2, it's because people really, really love The Last of Us, and this is so different from that. So different from that. So yeah, I can see why people are upset for sure. Alright, I want to do the double. Oh, that's not a strike. That's just a stealth kill, different from a strike. This is quite the cool area. Multi-level, lots of places to hide. Be a good multiplayer map. Well, yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the thing that happens is like, I really doubt that they had the idea when they made the first game that they were going to do the second like this. You know? It's sort of like what happened with the new Star Wars trilogy. They just kind of made the first game as a first one as a soft reboot movie. And then they were like, oh, what do we do now? Oh, get different directors and writers each time? Rely on an actress that could die and did die? What do they call that guy? Angel? This kind of feels like an Uncharted battle zone. You don't like consistency. Yeah, there's a quote for you. Lena, I don't like consistency. No wonder you like Nomura. Up, down, all around. Keeps it interesting. Yeah. People like consistency. Well, I mean, okay, how about this? You're trading on people's love of the first game to give them this feeling of being angry about Joel dying. Who's hitting me? Everybody's shooting me. Is it somebody up there? I couldn't tell. What do the characters have the same hair color from one scene to the next? Too consistent and boring. Why doesn't the game turn into a turn-based real-time strategy game at the same time, right in the middle? And they can speak different languages halfway through. Yeah. I think he probably... Like, what is the point of this? Like, okay, why use the same characters? Is a good question for it, you know?
What the?
With a wolf!
Uh-oh. You know? If you're going to change it so much. To get a better emotional reaction. Well, yeah, but see, here's the thing. You're trading off... I think that's a cheap way to do it. So you're using the emotional currency you built up in part 1 to make people feel sad when you kill that character. And not only kill that character, kind of kill any ideas you had, you know, left about the original game, right? Like, I find this pretty enjoyable and compelling, but uneven. Big time. And yeah, I probably would have, I would have rather seen it to do something else, you know. Oh, the last 3 Star Wars were a total mess. A huge mess. Without a coherent vision at all. That the first one was like a safe way to reboot it. I think they did a good job. The second one, good movie, but felt like it was in a different franchise. And the third one was like total.
She's fallen.
Look out!
I don't know. It just feels like unearned, you know. Like, well, we're gonna kill Joel, and then okay. So if part 2's theme is anger and revenge, but then they kind of turn the tables on you when they go, "Oh, actually, you being angry and wanting revenge, that was stupid. At least stupid for wanting anger and revenge." Everyone, kind of the theme of this game is that everyone who kills in this game is a moron. And you've just spent 2 games killing a lot of people. I don't think the theme and the moral of the story and what you do in the game really line up. Because it's telling you the whole time, this is real bad. Well, then why am I doing it? It's pointless. Like, why do they have the theme of this game be video games are stupid? That's what they should do. That's what Neil Druckmann's next game should be. Video games are terrible. And you're stupid for playing them. And the only way to get that story is to play this video game. You know what I mean? Who would I consider the biggest moron in the game? That's a really good question. I mean, Allie lost everything to try to avenge her dad. Oh, I know. The rest of the doctors. The rest of the doctors that were like, well, one doctor's dead. Nobody can ever synthesize another vaccine again. Whoopsie doodle. Seth the bigot with the sandwiches. I don't like lesbians and Asians and transgenders. And I don't like it when my white heroes are killed.
Caught you!
Caught you. Would have to be Mel. For the obvious reasons.
Fuck these scars. Seraphites, whatever.
Yeah, fuck them.
Never heard a Seraphite cuss before.
It was my first time.
Oh, so she's the new Ellie. Or he. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. Joel says seem pointless and meaningless, and that pisses people off. Good way to go bankrupt. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. Oh, I think they'll be fine. Pointless and meaningless. Well, the thing is, though, is like everybody in this world dies. It's a dangerous time, you know. Like, remember how they were talking about Eugene? They're like, I wish we could grow up to be. I wish we could grow up to die of old age, you know. That's a pretty rare thing. But see, Lena, that doesn't really that's not a good argument for it, because you're saying this game was the fastest and best-selling exclusive on PS4, not because of this game, because of the first game. That's how game sales work. It's based on the previous one. Like Final Fantasy 13-2 and Lightning Returns might be better than 13, but because people didn't agree with 13, they didn't go for it. You know? Final Fantasy 13 sold really well because people like 12. You know? People bought all that Nomura crap like Dirge of Cerberus and Flankety Flankety. You don't think they're better? What is? Well, it just, yeah. That wasn't a good argument on my point. It's like this. What's that? Watch Dogs 2 is a good game, but because Watch Dogs 1 was sort of half-cooked, Watch Dogs 2 will sell poorly. Well, yeah, that's true too, Horky. I mean, there's one argument that says, like, it's not your game, whatever. Neil Druckmann's the person who has to invest all this time. Like, people say, oh, we had to wait so long and this is all we got. Yeah, he had to give up 15 years of his life to make The Last of Us 2 and 1. Not to mention all the years it took him to get to that position. So he's sacrificed his whole life to tell these stories. Waiting so you can pay your money and experience a game is not really, doesn't put you in the same ballpark, right? That's one argument of it. And then the other argument would be that what I had said about Final Fantasy VII Remake trading off people's nostalgia, but then having a completely different story and game, you know? It's definitely, the game gives you a lot to talk about, though. All right, close my window. I would think that it kind of comes down to this, for me. Neil Druckmann's free to make whatever he wants. I think it's I think he probably should have just made a new IP if he was going to go so drastically different. Interesting to you because it's allowing someone else's decisions to determine your happiness. That's true, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, it's like everybody, the gamers that loved of the first Last of Us got married to Neil Druckmann and then they grew apart. The ones that disagree with it, you know? You shouldn't make a story on marketing. Sure, definitely. And they should be able to make art the way they want to because, yeah, it will stagnate.
Where to now?
He's pushing. This is
Wait, let me
this
guess.
is so bold what he's doing. Like it or not, it's a really bold decision to try to make you sympathize with everybody that you hated. And it's ambitious. And that's what it is. He was trying to push it forward. The Last of Us, even though it kind of had a generic backdrop, pushed gaming forward in a lot of ways. And he's trying to do the same thing here. It's kind of like with Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. And when they ran out of ways to push it forward, they didn't care about making them anymore, you know?
Yes. Up.
Yes.
Do you want a wrench? It's funny that they don't they don't call them skyscraper. Didn't know what a skyscraper was. But use them a lot actually and build their bridges so they can get up above the sky. They don't want to scrape the sky. They want to be above the sky. This guy? Which guy? This guy. Sky. The guy named Sky? Yeah. God damn it, am I getting that, getting the Elgato leg again. Even with my different Elgato. What a bunch of crap. Man, that's really frustrating. I don't know how to fix that. Just silly problem. Look at that. That's a very clean, new looking hose. Sky poking. James Bond. Sky poke. Sky poke.
Is that an elevator?
Sky poke. We don't like technology.
Can I give you some advice?
Oh my god.
Just think about the good parts to feel.
The good parts.
Yeah, like you run faster. You're more focused. You don't feel pain as much. Every bad feeling, your palms sweating, your heart racing, they're all signs you're actually strong. So when you feel afraid, you should think about how your body is getting ready for what's coming. Only when weak may I carry my true strength.
This game sort of feels like Mom's sweating, Mom's spaghetti. What is the spaghetti? What is Mom's? What are elevators? Oh, we're really above the clouds now. I mean, when you think about the first game, it was like Joel and daughter, Joel and Ellie. That's it. It's a movie with singular focus. This feels like if you needed to make 2 or 3 seasons of a show based on The Last of Us, and now you need a bunch more characters. Like, look at this. We're playing as Abby and this person. Up in the bloody sky. So far away from Ellie and Joel and anything we thought of before.
That's a profit thing?
Yeah.
I thought you were anti-electricity and all that sinful old world stuff.
There are exceptions. Especially for soldiers.
That's convenient.
That's like Amish people not wanting to use cars, but they'll constantly pay people to drive them around in cars. Pass along. The truce is over. They ambushed one of our groups. We need to show our strength. Gather a handful of your strongest soldiers and go deep into their territory. Target any wolves you come across. There is no age restriction to the message we must deliver. What?
So, you like this prophet even though her followers want to kill you in her name?
She wouldn't want any of this. Her writings don't have violence in them.
You should tell that to your people.
We weren't stoning or hanging people until after she died. We're taking her words and twisting them. Read the text.
Okay.
Wow. I think you might be talking about the Quran here.
Windy up here. What the fuck is that?
That's the bridge.
Lev!
Follow me.
Fuck!
Slow, slow.
I don't know if I can do this.
It's not as bad as it looks.
People cross this regularly?
Yeah,
You're lying.
I'm not. I mean, it's not the most popular route.
Oh my god.
Just try not to look down.
There's nothing really to see.
Shit.
I think we could use more wind or something up here to give it more of a feeling of being high.
How you feeling?
Waiting on all that true strength.
Cold.
Cool.
What?
Never mind.
What's going on between you and your friend Owen?
Oh my god, Lev, now?
It seemed really awkward.
Just go!
I think there'd be a lot of wind up there.
I did it!
Come on.
Can we take a minute and be impressed by me?
Not yet.
Lev, come here, I'm gonna hug you.
You're not gonna want to hug me in a second.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. Kind of reminds me of Midgar. Remake Midgar.
Holy shit, Lev!
It's gonna be okay. Eyes on me.
Shit.
Wow, that's a cool idea.
How are you not terrified of this? And don't quote the prophet to me.
Heights never scared me.
What does?
The ocean, dogs.
Holy fuck.
It's an interesting line of like, what may be your worst fear is nothing to somebody else. What may be scary religious cults to you is someone's proud religion. Oh, I like the way they zoom the camera in. An evil villain is... Oh my god, going up. This part would freak me out, actually. This little ladder here, and all this stuff.
Almost there.
Look at how the way she's so, like, bunched up when she's flying.
Hey, look! You can see the hospital now.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Focus on me.
I can't do this, Lev. I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
You're going to. Come on. True strength.
True strength. True strength. Okay, you're almost there. You can make it.
Whoa.
Careful.
Almost there.
I don't know if you can make her fall. I haven't been trying. I don't really want to do it again. Oh, this last bit here.
Come on.
I'm dizzy.
Shit! Grab me!
Hold on. Hold me up. Hold me up.
Prince, you jinxed it.
You ready?
Can I get a minute? Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Lev seems kind of like a robot. Just kind
Where's you
of
now?
stares at you and
I don't
doesn't
know.
seem to have much emotion or
What do you
expression,
mean?
other than this.
This is
little
the right
squeezed
building,
face.
but I've never been to this part of it. The bridge drops us off at the back of the building. This is new to me.
Okay, well, let's see if we can find our own way down.
My ears are ringing.
If that's the worst of it, we got off lucky.
Maybe it wasn't luck.
Maybe it was.
Some wolves
Yeah, but I mean, think about every other, even like the minor villains we've seen move around. The Scars don't.
believe in God.
They have more emotion.
I've heard them pray.
Well, I don't. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die for me.
Then what are you doing here? Why did you come back for us?
Guilt.
Of what? You don't owe us anything.
I just needed to lighten the load a bit.
Man, I thought this was gonna be like a quick couple hours with her. This is like the entire second half of the game is her, and you never go back to Ellie? I feel so disconnected from Ellie now, at this point. That's true, yeah. Yeah, the older Sarah fights would have been... some. I mean, Joel was what? This is 15 years after the first stuff goes down? Happened in 2013? I don't know what year it is now.
Here's our way down.
If we get to the street, we'll be right by the hospital.
Infected?
Just a body.
One of yours?
No. Check out the clothes.
24 years after?
Here.
Wow.
Looks dark down there.
Sure, Felix.
Oh,
Let's save you
I
some
see how
time.
this works.
Had
Sad
orders to
that
clear
Victor
out
and
this
Irene are
building.
dead. Avery and Melanie are missing, and I'm bit. Vanessa's bigger than we anticipated. I tried to blow them up, but the fucking detonators are faulty. Figures that fucking Fedra incompetence is what's gonna kill me. Too late? Oh, I can't go past this guy's body now?
Lev, are there infected in this building?
We always take elevators down to the bottom, so I don't know.
She knows what elevators are, Princey boy. There's some blood.
Spores. Masks on.
I don't have one.
Do you guys not believe in gas masks?
We were on the run.
Let me see what I can find. Stay here. Back up. All the way.
If you die, I'll be stuck here.
Better start praying I make it.
Guess I never had a reason to go back, Felix.
Okay, gas mask. Gas mask.
Nice and red in here. A mask for her in an abandoned building with working filters? Yeah. Put this bag over your head, kid. Breathe some good air into it. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, does the building have filters? 11 Abby, do you feel like Ellie and Joel? Yeah. Abby makes shifts like Joel. Lev's got her own knife. She's the fish out of water. Hey, look, a mask.
Finally. If you're gonna kill yourself, don't ruin the mask. Dick. I'm out of my mind.
Don't need a mask, kid. You're a puppet of the government wearing your masks.
That's not good.
Who dare? I saw some scientists showed like 4 different petri dishes, and well, Leonard, I don't know. Lev has not expressed their gender to me, so I think you're being disrespectful in assuming I'm being disrespectful. Lev is a pretty non-binary name to me. Also doesn't exist. It's fake. It's a game, not real. Cause I'm the villain. Even like even like just this being in a hotel and like climbing up on that sky bridge feels way more Uncharted. Yeah, Lev didn't say that. There's some kind of like snorting. Get ready to be scared.
Yes.
What a great find.
Looks good.
Watch out behind you.
All right. Back to Lev.
Nothing. Someone's in that master bedroom. Yeah. Yeah, true, exactly. Put on a mask, makes it harder to track. Also, who's bending? I guess, like, the only conspiracy theory I can think of that seems to make sense is that the ultra-rich want to, let's say the ultra-rich are a combination of, like, Jeff Bezos, you know, Amazon, Walmart. Stalkers. Stalkers. Found this diaper. Anyways, that they're trying to stop people from working to crash the stock market so they can sell everything and make it crash, buy it back when it's low, get more money. And make it so everybody ends up working at Walmart and Amazon and all small businesses die. Stalkers. Oh yeah, you gotta spit on the inside and clean that up. So yeah, I wonder why they end up becoming stalkers or not. Yeah, it's a good point, Prince. I guess they bring their own little Lysol wipes. They wanted a cool enemy. So yeah, it's like, this is what, halfway between them and clickers, or this is something it's only in Washington? They did say something like, oh, so you guys do have bloaters in this area. What happened to my super strike combo? I was supposed to have a super strike upgraded combo. After killing an enemy with a strike for a short time, your next melee attack will also be a strike. Really? Sure didn't feel like it. Abby not smash. I want Abby smash. Stalkers were in the first, but only in the hotel's basement. Oh yeah.
That it? I hope that's it.
It's a hard premise to stretch over 2 games. I think they were definitely right to bring in the different factions. I don't know, doesn't the game just feel so divorced from Ellie and Joel? In the end, kind of like, who are they? This is a game about people seeking revenge, alternating viewpoints, war, factions. Do I still have the mask now? Yeah. Whereas the first game was, super successful because of Joel and Ellie. That's what people liked about it. Not the world. The world was whatever. It was the Joel and Ellie dynamic. It's a game of Owen banging everybody.
Got your present. Here.
We're taking too long.
Can't move any faster. It won't do your sister any good if we're both dead. There. We got this.
Yeah, I think that would have been pretty cool, Felix, if they moved faster, hit more. We're able to just,
Did you see a way down?
No.
There's a way down, Abby.
Abby, what about that?
Look at.
Huh. Is that a fire hose? Lev, come get this down.
Coming.
Coming.
gonna head down. Be careful.
Abby's not so afraid of heights anymore.
You got this.
She's getting better. This is like that level in Battletoads. This part feels like filler, but you don't really mind. Yeah, it kind of feels like they thought.
Follow me. May the current be calm.
This is a game about fighting zombies and telling stories. Now we have to do the gameplay part. But we're really more interested in getting back to the story. Avery, the Black Ray Hotel contains a large group of infected, likely the ones that spilled out of the hospital. We need you and your crew to bring down the supports from the inside out. Use us to plant explosives and remote detonators. You take this rather than the open world parts of the island? If only you were carrying cargo on your back. Yes. Make this trip more worthwhile. Cash it in for some Monster energy drink credits. Yeah, the infected kind of feel like an afterthought. Like, oh yeah, we have this world about they're being infected. Here they are. Owen's gonna fill her. Fill her up. Whoa, that was neat. Did she come out of that thing? Did she come out of that?
Holy shit. That thing was growing into the wall. Until it fucking wasn't. I hate demons. Tell me about it.
Oh, who'd want to watch that? Mel's eyes bugging out of her head. Ooh, and making sarcastic comments while they're doing it. I'm gonna come now, I think. Okay. Okay, whatever.
Watch out!
I miss having the trap mines. Those are fun. At least we have the pipe bombs. Not the same. It's a platformer collectathon. And it just collects condoms. Owen don't like condoms. Owen want to make baby Owens. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, this person, it was a scientist, and they looked at petri dishes from a sneeze, just full of germs. 2 coughs full of germs. Talking for a minute or singing for a minute, a little bit of germs. There's another one, just like close contact, breathing. Anyways, and then with a mask on, there was hardly any germs on. So the masks do stop people spreading germs. I know people go, oh, well, you're not wearing the mask the right way. Oh, you can still get it from a mask. Oh, blah, 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 blah. It does help. Oh.
Watch it!
Whoa. This is probably the most like infested, difficult place. there gonna be more of them coming out of the walls?
Flying demon.
What if they never told you how many bullets you had? You only knew you're up by the click. The sound of the clicky click click. But I guess the character themselves would know how many bullets they had, so they have a constant count on their head. You can turn off the UI. That'd be kind of neat. I don't think we can make that jump.
I hate this.
92 out of 100 spatulas, 66 out of 80 socks. Can you make that? This kid doesn't seem to really be telling me which way to go. Is that a jump you can make? Is that where I'm going? Nope. Bergspitzel! How are you? Welcome back. You got that yellow thing on the ground. There you go.
Get off her!
That kid's strong. Just browsing a bit before getting some sleep. Cool.
Liv, I hate this building. Keep going down. We're almost at the street.
I think I have an upgrade where I get more health from these. That's a pretty cool way of, I like them sort of coming out of the walls. Reminds me of, when you see those Marines, when you see the Marines up in the walls in Aliens, they're like, kill me, Quaid. Set them all on fire. What a nice way to kill somebody. Make it quick. Here's my flamethrower. No. Anything else? It's the flamethrower or the hammer. What would you like?
Hey, progress. Liv, you doing all right?
How good are you with that hammer?
For you? If I'm being honest.
Probably
Not my
just
best day.
make a big fire and I breathe in the carbon dioxide until I die. Or even carbon monoxide. Whichever one will kill me. How about that? No, we're kind of on a tight schedule here. Hammer or flamethrower. Flaming hammer, maybe? Was this a flamethrower?
Thank you, Petra.
Oh my god, is that a
What'd you
flamethrower?
get? What do dragons do, Liv?
Whoa,
Breathe fire.
weird.
Exactly.
Flamethrower. Wow. I guess the developers are thinking the same thing I was. There's going to be somebody behind the store I can light on fire. Huh. I am the master predictor. Hey. Because he doesn't know what a flamethrower is, right? Feels like Stranger Things. I've only seen about 4 episodes of that. Why you compared it to dragons? Yeah, I guess it's weird. They get taught about dragons that don't exist. I mean, other than Komodo dragons. She died by going through the wall. A Clicka's head is protected by hardened fungus. They are stunned when it is destroyed. I didn't know that. I thought they were going to make that sort of like the perfect time to use the flamethrower. I would say not so much. Maybe for the big fella. Ha! Strike a pose. Vanity gets you every time.
Let go!
A wall of infected fuse to the wall and have having to destroy it? Yeah, it'll be fun. I've got a bomb. Let's throw a pipe at this guy. Whoa! Love that wall smashing. We could try the flamethrower here. That looks good. Oh, not a comfortable way to die.
We killed that big demon.
Yeah, we did. Come on.
Oh, no. Resident Evil 2 remake in the plant lab. These guys? I haven't played that, but yeah, seeing all this sort of like fungus, sort of like natural growth taken to an extreme level. Always is always forever. I get drank too much coffee. It's giving me sort of an anxiety, being stuck in this building and all this scary imagery and constant death. And wondering what's going to happen next.
Come on. Let's go. Fuck this building. Agreed.
There's a line in Speed that says, "Is there anything that'll stop the elevator from falling?" The ground.
What is that? A quarter. A quarter of what? What?
$1. Quarter of a dollar, Abby, is the correct answer to that. Oh man, why would I say Italians are annoying? Well, almost done for today. Guess I'll get out of this building first.
You can take your mask off.
Thank you.
The hospital. It's right there.
This is cool.
We did
Almost
it.
looked like it was planned this way.
sure
Maybe it was
did.
actually.
You see that elevator right there?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That's the path we would have taken. No infected.
Cool, Lev.
Let's not tell the others about what happened. I don't want Yara to worry.
You're a good brother. Can I ask you a question?
oh, it is a boy.
Okay?
Do you regret shaving your head?
We're not supposed to have regrets.
Lev.
I wish I had just ran away. Then Yara wouldn't be caught in all of this. She'd be back home, taking care of her mom.
Does your mom need taking care of?
She's our mom. It's our duty.
A lot of weapons and stuff out of here. Wonder who the voice actor is for Lev. I'd look it up, but I don't want to be spoiled on anything. Oh yes, it's a real ritzy outside relaxation place. Why would he regret shaving his head? Yeah, that's a really weird question. Is that what? Because it's not all what all the scars do. A lot of the scar guys have their heads shaved, but the women have the braids.
This is as far as you go.
Wait, why?
Because they want to kill you. With me, they're just worried about a backgammon rematch.
What's backgammon?
I'm gonna go in the front door, grab the stuff, come right back. You're staying here, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. No stealth. It's just going to be more of Ian Alexander. Child actor? See, this could be really interesting, the writing on this. Like, the tension of, is she going to get caught? Why are you here? Why are you taking supplies? Where are you going? Things coming over on the radio. Why are you all wet?
Got someone in the water! Trespasser?
I'm a wolf! Don't shoot! It's me! It's Abby!
Abby? It's Abby, shit! She alone? Open the gate!
There was that point earlier where Owen or somebody said, I don't trust the new recruits.
Hey, guys.
Jesus, you swim here?
The boat got fucked. I need to grab some medical supplies. I'm doing a thing for Isaac.
We're moving all these assets to Isaac. What does he need?
I can't talk about it. It's something away from the fob.
Well, everything's getting moved out and packed up. Take a look, see if anyone's got what you need.
Hey, is Nora around? Yesterday she said she was shipping out here.
Just left the last transport, but she'll be back.
Okay, thanks.
How are they still getting new recruits?
Maybe they're brainwashing all the trespassers that enter the city.
He shot Danny?
Yeah, you're lucky Scars will find him first.
Hi, guys.
Oh! Abby, did you hear about Danny?
Sweet
I
banana
heard
burrito.
rumors. Hope you're not spreading them.
No, we're not.
Good. Keep it that way.
He's 19? Wow. Very unique voice for a 19-year-old boy. 19-year-old man.
Oh, hey, Bear. They got you all the way out here? There's a good boy.
Hey there, Abby.
Hey.
Well, there you go.
Last boat is now away. Last boat is now away. CETA on the next one.
I wouldn't say maybe. You'd say yeah, definitely. Huh. Alright, well, let's go in and see what's happening. I thought all these spots would be a bit more dialogue or something going on with these folk. But she's invisible. Maybe some of them don't know her, I guess.
You still clearing this place?
Yep, one floor at a time.
Still got supplies in there?
Oh, for sure. Lots of floors we still need to hit.
Ugh. Good luck.
Don't get me wrong. I love the political part. But as soon as that gun gets wet, it's useless. I haven't had a problem with mine. Maybe it's you. Fuck you. When you go out on a 2-week on the coast and you have a clicker sprinting towards you while your gun is misfiring, then I want to hear what you have to say.
Hey.
Oh,
Abby.
look, a live Nora.
They got you out here too?
Yeah, what a haul. I need some medical supplies. Can you put me where I'm supposed to?
Abby, just checked in with Isaac. He wants you back at the fob.
Let me talk to Isaac.
Talk to him in person. You're going back with the next shipment. Sorry.
What are you doing?
She's been AWOL since yesterday.
Tell what you gonna do.
Give me your hands.
Shit.
Wow.
Hey! Hey! Let me the fuck out!
And then we did see that guy go to the radio, too.
You're gonna dislocate your shoulder.
No, that's not Nora. I called the Asian girl Nora.
I never thought I'd see you on Isaac's bad side. You find no one at the aquarium? I talked to Manny.
I need some medical supplies.
Why? What happened to him?
Compartment syndrome. Bashed forearm.
You're not treating him, are you?
Mel. We don't have a lot of time.
Jesus. Most of these supplies have been packed and shipped already.
What?
We haven't cleared out the lower floors yet.
And there's infected there.
Would they have what I need?
Yeah, probably, but it's rough down there.
I'll be fine.
You get caught. I had nothing to do with this.
Of course.
All right, come on.
Okay.
Compartment syndrome.
That's it for me. I don't really feel like getting involved in a whole other floor at this point. Your rattle CV's up to dead. 454. Just in case. Give me a new manual save because it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Oh man, a lot to take in. Oh, it must be hard for people that are like I don't know. Bigots. It must be hard for bigots with this game. They took our game. They put trans people in it. And Asians and black people. Boys and girls. How could they do that? That's our game. It should be about Joel. Oh, he did what he did. It's funny that the whole, like, saying that politics shouldn't be in the game. It's not really politics. They're just characters, just people that exist in the real world. It's not really a politic. They're not really making any political statement on any of it. What happened to Seth? Oh man. That's funny. Windows Media Player starts things at maximum volume, and then you open up the volume and it's already down at the bottom to where it was before. Really weird system. All right, well, we'll be back Wednesday. Oof. No, these all got us. Rough. Maybe I need new HDMIs or something. Could be. For narrow-minded, simplistic people? What are you saying, Lena? Any new thoughts? Yeah, I think the gameplay over 2 games of this is a much longer game than the last one, so it's a bit more tiring. Just going through, killing infected, going into dark places. Pacing of it is still a bit tiring because it's like you don't know what's coming next. You don't really know what you're off to doing, and you're constantly being introduced to new characters and trying to make you care about new characters. So yeah, I found the Liv character interesting enough. Probably could have heard more about their backstory, and you feel a bit sadder that Owen's dead now. Yeah. The story is quite an experiment. Quite an experiment of what can you do with people's expectations. What can you do about their perspectives? It's a real bait and switch, this game. And the whole story. I don't think I'd ever want to play it again, because it's a real slog most of the time. But it might be kind of interesting to like it, and the biggest parts are, and this was kind of true of the first game. I didn't want to play that one for quite a while too. But I guess the first one was so much more. The first one is about them being heroic and redemption. This is more about killing people's wrong and making you kill people. The next segment of No Kill Stealth section. Well, there's going to be a whole bunch of infected, I guess, down there. Maybe something else. I might be jumping the gun when I think there's just going to be more infected. You wouldn't want to play anything longer than 10 hours of story heavy ever again. Yeah, it's just a long This feels like 2 seasons of TV, 3 seasons. You know? Yeah. I think they feel like they have so much story, they need to balance it out with gameplay, but I don't think the gameplay... Because the gameplay is quite... it can be kind of cluster... Like, we just were in a really claustrophobic area, you know? In that hotel. Or whatever it was. Going from the top all the way to the bottom. You know, it's pretty dark. Hard to see. And now we're out in the open, but now it's tense again. And then now we're going to go back down into a dark kind of basement where they say it's rough. I'm not really psychologically ready to go back into that just yet. Well, there's one thing, like when we're fighting the Seraphites, I guess it was brighter, it's more open, they're humans, you can see them moving around, you feel more empowered. It's more about like having fun sneaking up and stealth killing them. With the infected, it's a little more terrifying, so sometimes I just kind of get into an open fight with them and try to blast them down. How the combat changes as the game progresses? I think that was a wise move because the gameplay needed a bit of a boost, right? It needed to evolve and change, changing your characters up and giving them different abilities, sort of. Not really. I mean, it still comes down to either shooting them with a weapon, an explosive, or hitting them with a bottle or a brick and then running up and stabbing them, or grabbing them from behind. So I don't feel like the combat really changes all that much. They offer a few new changes. I was really hoping, like, so far twice I've tried that upgrade where you strike one person and then your next attack gets to be this strike. Because I love that in Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. When there's 3 enemies in a room, unaware of you, you snipe one, you run up and you do the 2-person takedown. It's really fun to take down 3 people before you set off the alarm. There are a lot of animations, they're dynamic, they're varied. Feels pretty intuitive. But yeah, the humans are more fun. The infected have always been a real stress. Feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again, nothing else is really added. Yeah. It was already kind of like, even at the start, as soon as the game started, like fighting more infected just felt like more, because you have to, especially with the infected, it being similar, and it's kind of one thing if you're playing like Spider-Man or Batman, and it's kind of a fun, empowering sort of, flipping around, trying out new combos. You rarely ever use that 2-person takedown in Deus Ex or in this game. I was really hoping that would work. Yeah, and because you have to be slow, patience is rewarded, rushing is discouraged, it's punished. It makes it feel slower, for sure. Oh, in Deus Ex, I love the 2-person takedown. And it would go to a cool little cutscene animation. Loved it. Non-lethal or lethal. God, I'd love another Deus Ex game. Yeah, more weapons, you end up doing the same thing with them. There's no difference in how you use the gun versus the crossbow. Yeah, it's just point and shoot, or there's the flamethrower. If you could catch them on fire and then they would touch each other and catch on fire. Felix had said that at one point of he set one person on fire. And like individual parts, one guy got his arms on fire and then like patted it out. So just his arms were burnt, his clothes, but he was still alive. You know what I think they should have doubled down on were the traps. I would have really liked that. More traps. Because you're playing in these grids, right? These sort of lots of hiding and moving around. You could have like easily, I don't know, like traps you can put up high that come down on people or something, or traps that dynamically work with each other in a way. I think could have been interesting. Or they kind of set off chain reactions. That could have been nice. More tower defense. Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that. I think it'd be interesting. But it's not really. It's the same combat as it was before. But more of it. So not only is this game longer than the first one, what would be the incentive to use them? To avoid direct combat, to conserve ammunition, to take out people without them being alerted to your presence, kind of thing. Yeah, that's why. Traps are powerful. Though, okay, the worst, you are decentivized to be found out, because then it alerts all the enemies to your presence and makes it more difficult to avoid them. More likely you're going to take damage, blah, blah, blah. So the traps could be used in a way to hurt enemies without them being alerted to your presence. Make them bloater mortars while wearing masks. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Weaponizing the virus in a way. It's, or like other ways to be stealthy, maybe, somehow. I don't know, maybe if you could climb more and like jump down, smoke bomb tripwires. Yeah. I know you can make a smoke bomb and once, so yeah, turn that into a tripwire. You didn't play the new one, Bergspitzel? Well, the gameplay is better. There's more to do, and it controls tighter. It shoots better, but the story is pretty weak. Mankind Divided, but it has big fun. Speaking of like a dynamic sandboxy type level in combat, Mankind Divided does that, where you can play off people against the cops and security, have them shoot each other. Because one character is breaking a law or something and the security comes and they get a fight and distract them away from both of you, that kind of thing. So, all right, I guess I'll be back on Wednesday and I'm going to try for the next 2 days not to be spoiled. To remove consistency, you could have a conversation with zombies and defeat them. There you go. Yeah, add a little narrative. I wonder if Ellie still has the virus in her and simply suppressed the antibodies. She could coat her blade in her blood. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Like she's a carrier. So her blood could be, yeah. Or she'd be like Rogue, where no one could get close to her. All right, I'm going to go. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for hanging and joining us on this journey through one of the simultaneously popular and divisive, best-selling but experimental games of all time. Wow. See you later. I'll be back on with some music on my Matthew Fave channel at 7 p.m. So in less than 2 hours. I might go 7:30. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.